surrender are false. All orders to surrender are false.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to 3COG. Today I wanted to give you guys an overview, my initial thoughts of the new multi-tool I got, the Leatherman MUT. So overall, what you get in the packaging is this, which I'll get into in a minute, your multi-tool sheath, and an instruction booklet, which of course I threw away because nobody reads those. The sheath is decent. It does have the straps for MOLLE and everything, but I have a custom Kydex sheath on its way. More to follow on that. As soon as I receive it, I will show it to you all and talk about what I think about that. So this little tool that comes with it is pretty cool. So for those of you who don't know, the Leatherman MUT overall is a more firearm specific multi-tool. It's not as general purpose. It certainly works as a general purpose multi-tool, but it is very, very firearm specific. So this guy right here, these prongs, as you can see the symbol at the top, if I can get it in the right light. Some of you will recognize that as a front sight tool for an AR, M4, M16. So that's awesome to have. I know a lot of people, a lot of us on the ranges, we use the tip of a bullet to adjust front sights. If you run a lot of ranges like I do, as far as actually running them and instructing, this is a great tool to have for your students and to be able to quickly adjust the front sight. So happy about that. And then it has a 3/8 driver, or a 3/8 right there. And that 3/8 is the standard size for bolts that are attaching gear to your rails or to your Picatinny rails or to your gun. Not always, but normally. So good thing to have on hand. All right, so getting into the actual multi-tool itself. As you can see, it's decent sized. Here is my, it's my Moto Z Play for size reference. So it's a decent sized multi-tool and it has some heft to it. There's no question, it's got some weight to it. All right, so first things first, you got a knife. It is a partially serrated knife. It is very sharp straight out of the packaging, so good on them for that. And I believe it's made out of 420 high carbon. So decent steel and decent knife. And I like the fact that when I'm wearing this, because I wear this in uniform, I can literally just reach in, grab it, flip it out, and have a more utility knife as opposed to using my Benchmade for cutting general purpose. So going around on the outside, so you have your knife. On the other side, you have a saw. I have not sawed anything with this, or sawn anything with this, but I've heard it's actually a very functional small saw. So there's that. And fortunately, most of this is one-handed opening because I haven't gotten my tripod for my camera yet, so I'm being forced to hold the camera in my left hand. So this right here is a pocket clip. I would not want to carry this in my pocket. I'll carry it in the pouch. Now, if I was wearing this on my kit every day, I could see running this just through the MOLLE and having it hanging off of my vest, as that being okay. But I would not use this just as a general pocket clip. That's my opinion, nothing else. Right here you have this little carabiner thing so you can clip it onto something, and let me find the image. It is a bottle opener. Again, because of the weight of this thing, I really wouldn't want this thing swinging around on anything because it does have some heft to it. Coming over to this side, you have a standard punch, which is nice for weapon disassembly. No, it's not hard to take apart an AR or anything like that. But when you get into some really weird malfunctions that actually require you to take the gun apart, sometimes things are sticking pretty hard. And having a punch on hand is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Also, it can be unscrewed. So this knurled part right here, you can unscrew it and actually use the hammer face. It actually has a strike face on it, which is a really nice feature. I know out of all the multi-tools I've used, there have been times where I've absolutely just used the side of it to smack on something. So this actually having a real strike face is pretty nice. Going inside, So opening it, and the first thing you have is this cord cutter or seatbelt cutter. It is very, very sharp, and based on that, I very much so recommend that you keep this screwdriver bit installed in the end of it as a way of keeping things from getting in there and you cutting your finger or something reaching for the tool. So opening the whole tool up, you have a very good set of pliers. They are not spring assisted, kind of wish they were, but very good set of pliers, cutters, crimpers. So pretty much your standard Leatherman tools there, but I like them. They're good. So going from there, on this end here, this is your screw, your driver. So I press in on the side right here, and that driver comes right out. So as you can see, Phillips and flat blade, and it works. On the side of the tool, there's a silver button right here. If you drive that all the way through, now you have another piece which will fall out, and that's a longer one. So you got a hex head and like an apex bit on it, and it's longer, so when you install it, you have a little bit more reach, a little bit more usable length. So a lot of people know when you're trying to use a multi-tool, the body of the tool gets in the way of what you're actually trying to screw. So in this case, it having that longer shaft is definitely helpful. Then on the other side, so you just take that same push right there, go all the way through the opposite direction, and there's just a longer Phillips and flat blade. So same thing, goes right in. So I know a lot of multi-tools have accessory pieces like that. The really nice thing is them actually storing inside the multi-tool and not just being something else that you keep inside the pouch. It does have a lock. So if you're going to carry this not inside of a sheath, but on your vest or whatever, that little tab right there flips up, push it shut, push it down, and it locks it, and it will not open by accident. It's not too stiff or anything. Just squeeze a little, press up, that lock pops out of the way. And then, this being weapon specific, one of the coolest things that it has is right here on this side. So this is a bronze, let's see if I can get this one-handed. Nope. So this is actually a bronze scraping tool, so for weapon cleaning and whatnot. So it should be a non-marring scraping tool, so you can scrape the carbon out of the bolt of your AR or whatever other tool, and it's not using a steel piece that'll take the finish off of your weapon. So that is pretty cool. Additionally, it does have a place right here to screw in cleaning rod segments, and then you can use it like a T-handle for regular firearms cleaning and maintenance. And I think that is about it. So yeah, overall, pretty cool little multi-tool. I will say it, I want to say MSRP is like $150 on it. Obviously you can get it a little bit cheaper online. If you are very weapons intensive in what you're using your multi-tool for, I think it's a good investment. It does function as just a general purpose multi-tool, but in terms of the punch, the scraper, obviously front sight tool, things like that, that's very, very weapon specific. But for somebody like me, I love it. I'm very, very happy with it, and I'm really excited to get the Kydex sheath I have coming for it, and I will show you guys that as soon as I get it. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time on 3COG.